best romantic relationship tips. Today I'm going to share with you my best romantic relationship tips, and it's not what you're going to expect. And in fact, as you're learning my definition of romance and what romance actually is, and how to be loving and appreciative and communicating your romanticism with your beloved, you're going to become a seemingly really romantic person, very sweet person, very loving person, and very affectionate and caring, and also not very romantic at the same time. And I'll explain to you why. And once you learn this, you're never going to see romance the same ever again. So only watch this if you're prepared to have your paradigm shift right now. Romance is fantasy. Romance is completely fantastic. And by definition, fantasy is fantastical. It is not based on reality. So romance is the epitome of self-deception. Romance is the epitome of self-deception. Romance is when you aggrandize the meaning of something, when it means more than it actually is. It's romantic, it's fantasy. What makes a rose any different than any other flower ripped off the ground or cut off from its stem? Nothing. The only difference is the meaning people give the rose. That's what aggrandization means. That's what fantasy means. So I appear to be a very romantic person, and that's because and a lot of people, and my sweetie tells me that I'm very sweet, and I communicate to her the same things every time, and she understands this. But I appear romantic, but I have no romance. I am sweet because I am loving, I'm appreciative, and I'm very caring, and I care about her, I understand her, I communicate with her openly, transparently. And this makes me appear like a very romantic and sweet person, but I have no romance, no fantasy. Does that mean that fantasy is bad? No, fantasy is fun, it's amazing, and you can explore and go into fantastical experiences and dynamics with your beloved, knowing it is fantasy. No self-deception. There was an author, I forgot the author's name, but he said that know when you're in fantasy, and once you appreciate that you are in fantasy, you can wallow in it if you like. Get out of self-deception. So how do you become a romantic person? What are the best romantic tips for relationships? Here are my best tips for you. And by the way, if you haven't already, I really encourage you to get my book, Relationships 101. It's on Amazon. You should grab it. It's well worth your read. Very, very good book, in my opinion. It'll give you all the facts and the evolution psychology of love and how you can practice it in your relationship, no matter what type of relationship you have. What are my best tips to be romantic in a relationship? What are my best romantic tips in relationships? Be loving, be caring. To be loving means something else that most people don't understand about love. Love is wanting for your beloved's happiness. To be loving is to say that you want for your beloved's happiness intrinsically to your own. Let me give you a different definition for that. Their happiness is essential to your own. Just like air is essential to you, you literally cannot survive without air, without oxygen. So that means oxygen is essential. To be loving, to love your partner, is to mean that their happiness is your air. Their happiness is essential to your happiness. Their happiness is like air to you. It's essential. Be appreciative. To be appreciative, you must go out of your way to communicate appreciation. There are a lot of things that you presume they know, which they don't actually know. One of the things that you presume they know is you presume that they know you're appreciative of what they do. In fact, you can never be too appreciative. And in fact, the most common lack that people have is being and feeling appreciated. Because most people presume that the other person knows they're appreciated when in fact they have no idea. And they would love more and more if you communicated more and more your appreciation. Be affectionate, be caring, be loving. Seek to understand. To seek to understand, that's what communication is about. Because communication is not about what you say or what you think you said and what you imagine they hear from you. Communication is all about understanding. You can say all you want if you go to Japan and speak to somebody who speaks only Japanese. You can say all the English words you'd like. You're not going to reach understanding. You're not going to have communication. In fact, let me leave you with this. Communication is about duplication. When I tell you blue, and you tell me green, no, blue, and you say, wait, let me think. Yellow, and I say no, blue, and then you say, oh, blue. That's what communication is about. Communication is about duplication. How can you duplicate what you're trying to communicate to the other person until they get it? And until you get what we're trying to communicate as well. Until you can duplicate their communication. If you like that and appreciate that, click the thumbs up, click the like, leave a comment below, share this video with other people, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.